What's up, everybody? Dex here for Suburban Paranormal. As you can tell, I'm actually trying to do this on my phone tonight. No, it's not a boomer move. I literally am having issues with recording on the computer again. Got me a little bonus hopefully coming up soon, so I will be purchasing hopefully a much better computer. As many have known, I purchased a house. This background is in the middle of getting completely redone. And I apologize again. I know it's been a couple weeks. We've been a bit rough for a little while there. Lost a few people, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at that. So I don't want to keep everybody going on that, but let's talk about this Vegas UFO. I mean, again, I don't have the computer to do everything, but I wanted to talk about this, right? The Vegas UFO. These people called in to 911 about 7 or 8 foot aliens in the backyard after something crash landed. Now, they didn't recover anything. There's no video or anything of them. As always, the phone call, the 911 call released. How in the living hell is that dude so freaking calm? Like, how is he not spazzing out? I do understand some people, everybody reacts a different way. Not some people, I should say everybody reacts in their own ways, right? We all have some kind of internal mechanism when something completely out of the fucking ordinary happens here. And then you just go, right? Like, you just kind of pause for a minute and you're wondering, like, what in the world is going on? What am I seeing? And I know that's something that a lot of people are bringing up, right? Like, why is he so calm? Why is he... Really? Like, no one knows how you're gonna react in that kind of situation. Again, this is if this is true, right? And it is kind of interesting. Now, the cops that show up, right? Like, you have one cop trying to figure out what's going on, and then he literally turns around and admits, well, my partner just seen something. So, not only does it get reported, the cops that show up, instead of just thinking, oh, here we go, another kook, blah, 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 whatever's going to happen. Nope. Not this time. That cop was not expecting to come up on a call that night and go, like, that dude's world was rocked. Don't get me wrong. I guarantee that man is still thinking about it, right? Because that only happened, I want to say, a couple months ago at this point. Like, it's still new. And then you got the video, right? Like, in the background, the green shooting... I've heard people say it's potentially a meteorite. It was potentially a shooting star. Pretty damn big just to be a meteor. Well, meteor maybe. Depending on the pixelation of the camera, of the cop's camera. Right, because I think it was a body cam that caught it out of like, kind of the corner of your eye. Like, that was pretty crazy. Right? So, there was a few things about it. And I want to say there was a new video recently. What was it? Where the people came out and they actually went and visited the people who made the 911 call, looked in the yard, and there's nothing at all. So, if you're gonna fake it, I would think you would have done something to the yard. Or you're gonna say it didn't crash in the sense of destroying your yard. And then is it a lazy lie? Right? Like, this is the way my mind works, right? Like, I know I can't even talk, right? This one's got me pretty jacked. I know there's been, or I should say, I know many times on the show I've told people I have to try and see both sides. And I do that with everything in life. Politics, whatever, right? Like, I feel it'd be disingenuous if you don't look at it from both sides. I 100% want this shit to be real. Guaranteed, if this was real, I would be jumping from the roofs. In a good way, right? Like the old saying, whatever you want to call it. I'd be psyched as shit. However, the problem is we have too many people who find this to be a joke and will do anything to discredit people, right? Including the government. Don't get me wrong. The government is finally now just admitting this stuff, right? Now, again, they're not saying aliens. They're saying UFO. Or I should say now UAP, right? The unidentified aerial phenomenon. So, what are you guys thinking about this one, right? Like, there's a lot of things that, like, you would think seem odd, but when you get the cops to show up after, and these people, under sworn oath, were like, you know, kind of like the one cop doesn't know what to do because his cop partner that night looked at him and went, I saw something. Now, I don't remember what exactly they said he saw, but he saw something, right? So, I don't know. This stuff has been pretty crazy recently with all of this stuff. Now, I know we also recently have had, man, my TV is blowing in my eyes. New York Post. So that's the Vegas one. You know, pop down in these comments below. Let me know what you're thinking, because I like I said, I really want to on this one, and I'm leaning towards something happened because of the follow-up call on the cop, and the cop in the video, being funny. If they come back, don't call me. Like, the guy was like, he wanted nothing to do with it. So it's definitely interesting. I'm again, give me your guys' take on this one, because I'm hoping it's real, right? And it seems we're getting an influx. So like I was just saying before, if there was an article that I did the day before, and I had this one saved to look at too. A UFO hunter claims that he had new evidence, and it's a picture of the sky, and you gotta zoom in that they did when they did this. He zoomed super close to get the image, but it shows what looks like our typical saucer, right? You got the little bubble on the top, the dome shape on the bottom, and it looks like a UFO. Now, the guy said he was just taking, if you look, he's just taking a nice scenery pic. Look, really good picture, right? I'm doing some photography work. I think it looks cool. And there was the black dot. So he zoomed in on the black dot. Finds a UFO. Now, this one again made New York Post, right? So you have a few things with this. Now, is the UFO real in this picture? Because as we know, they do exist. Alien or non-alien, take that out of the picture. The New York Post took this enough. I mean, it is the New York Post, right? But they felt it was necessary to actually put this one. Now, if they are, as they say they are, supposed to be a reputable news source, they check sources and things like that, they must have checked this image. If he sent the raw image, as I would hope they requested, and they reviewed the raw file and saw that this was unaltered or anything in those, along those lines, then this picture is crazy, right? Like, again, could it be technology from another country, right? Very well possible. In my deepest of hearts, I'm still hoping that we got some aliens. Just because, right? Like, I think it'd be the most mind-blowing thing to have happen in my lifetime to have happen. Like, just boom, whole other freaking life form from who knows how far away, right? And the biggest thing to me that would be the best part is if anybody ever follows me on Facebook, flat earthers. Look, I'm a conspiracy theorist, I guess, to an extent, right? The flat earth fucking theory is the stupidest shit ever. And because every time you're asked a question, you can never answer it. You're asked multiple times to explain something that explains a globe and not a flat earth, and you're always doing nuh-uh, fingers in your ears. Stop it. But if aliens were to come from outer space, these people's minds will be fucking blown. Because if they were to come and tell you, yes, it is a globe, what the fuck are you people thinking? I'm sorry. That would be the funniest thing in the world to me. And maybe it stops the stupid theory of a flat earth. It's not real. Stop it. So yes, I don't take every conspiracy theory 100% down the line, because there's going to be a lot of things. There's a lot of things out there that are unanswered, that should be explainable but aren't. A flat Earth. So many things prove you're completely wrong. Just stop. Anyway. I didn't mean to rant about flat earthers, but yeah. So, if you get a chance, New York Post, that picture is definitely interesting. If it's 100% an unedited real photo, and if I'm not mistaken, this photo is actually made a few different papers in regards to it. I feel there's one more and I can't remember it right now. Like I said, it's been a hellish 3 weeks, and I keep meaning to try and do some YouTube shorts, something like that. I gotta get my computer back. Someone gave me a laptop that needs a new motherboard. If I can fix that, I gotta do something. But anyway, guys, this stuff is getting crazy. I really hope. Bugging me, I can't remember that second story. It wasn't the New York Post one, because that one, like I said, just came out a day before. But there was not Vegas. Anyway, I don't know. This episode is going to be a little bit short. I haven't seen. I know there's been a few new Ghost Hunters. I think Ghost Adventures has. I haven't really seen any ghost shows recently. Maybe seen a few of my own ghosts, but nothing on that front. Same thing with the cryptozoology. I haven't really seen or heard anything recently. Some of the other YouTube channels that I would watch where they talk about Bigfoot, not much, right? A lot of it. Wait, what was it was Jeremy Corbell just released something, I think. I remember. All right, guys. Jeremy Corbell on the Weaponized podcast, which if you haven't listened to yet, definitely go listen to it. Great episodes. Or shows, whatever you want to call it. So, there is a video, and I want to say this one was about a year old now, where it's just finally, I guess, coming to light, in a sense. But you had military people on their base sitting there, and when they looked up, it was like a triangle. I think 5 lights in this triangle pattern, and the guy recorded it on his iPhone. It was nighttime though, so all you saw was the lights. you had different military type people there. One, I think, was a some kind of like munitions expert. So he was talking about if it was something that was shot up, even, you know, they can shoot things in a line and get them to go and be in order, but they never fell down. So that's where he started questioning it. They didn't hear a sound, and it just was hovering, right? And then when they took the camera footage and they took a screenshot from the camera footage and they played with the image a little bit, you can see that clear outline, right? And it's another good one, right? Now you're by the, I think I talked about this one actually last week, but anyway, the more I've dug into this one, it's definitely very, very interesting, right? And maybe I haven't talked about this one, I don't remember, but when I've done a lot more thinking on this one, if I've already covered this one, but I've done a lot more thinking about this, and when this one, I have a lot of high regard for people in the military that sacrifice their lives for our country. Hands down, always have, always will. So when our military is telling us these type of things, like the people in the military are saying it, while I maybe should or shouldn't take it with a grain of salt, I don't. That's just me. That's just who I am. So when they're saying that it's something they've never seen or don't know about, and it's by, what is it, 27 Sands or something like that, that military base. Now, being where that is, yes, it absolutely could have that chance of being our own technology that they just weren't aware of. But things we've mentioned before multiple times on this channel is it's always interesting to see that these UFOs are always by military installations, nuclear sites, things along those lines, which, I mean, I guess that really doesn't say would it be more aliens. Granted, I mean, could it be aliens trying to see our technology and our fuel sources and things along those lines? Sure. But at the same time, you could say that's hard evidence for it's another country spying and trying to figure out more of our own technology. But I mean, it's happening all around the world. We know most technologies, in a sense. So I don't know. That one's another one I'm still trying to wrap my head around on that one. Whether it could be, because I guess when they're closer to military installations, it's just more potentially our own technology. And if this is our own technology and we're gearing up for something with this crazy, like, out of this world technology that we've, experts have multiple times told us we're nowhere near, but experts say a lot of things. Most of the time, I think they're just expertly lying. And we've learned this over the years of many, many government things that go, oh, we weren't doing that. And, oh, here comes the paperwork 20, 30 years later saying, damn sure did. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm recording this on my cell phone. I apologize. I mean, it's a Samsung Galaxy S3, so the video should be okay. I'm going to try and download and convert to an MP3 for the podcast people to hear. But this is just going to go up on YouTube as is. I hope it sounds good. I hope it looks good. I hope you guys are all doing well. Again, I apologize for the last couple weeks. Just, again, lost a few people. A lot of close calls for some friends that just pretty scary for a little while there. So, guys, I hope to catch you guys very soon. I'm going to try and start doing some YouTube shorts and covering, little news clips that come out. There seems to be a lot of stuff, like, in the works right now. So, I will see you guys very soon. Peace.